A crate was being delivered to the prison. When the inmates opened it up, they were stunned to find a little girl hidden inside. Far from being scared, she looked around with wide, curious eyes, taking in everything around her. The cell boss asked her, "Aren't you afraid of us?" To everyone's surprise, the girl just rolled her eyes at him and then locked her gaze on someone in the corner. The man turned around, his eyes going wide. He cried out and crawled over, pulling his daughter into a tight embrace. In front of her father, the girl's tough act completely melted away. She flailed her little arms and tearfully asked why Daddy had left without saying goodbye. But her father couldn't explain it himself. All he could do was apologize over and over. The other inmates had never witnessed anything like this. They just stood there, watching the father and daughter reunite in stunned silence. The girl threw herself into her father's arms, telling him to keep his voice down. Her cleverness made all the other inmates envious. The guy with glasses couldn't help asking, "Is this really your daughter?" To everyone's amazement, the father rattled off his daughter's information fluently and clearly, completely different from his usual simple-minded demeanor. Whenever he forgot something, the girl would immediately prompt him. The father-daughter duo worked together like a well-rehearsed act, making the inmates burst into laughter. The old man felt sorry for the girl and offered her a precious carton of milk, comforting her not to be sad. But the simple-minded father wasn't having it, saying these were all bad people and only Daddy was good. What nobody expected was that the performance troupe left early, and the daughter couldn't get out. She was forgotten in cell number 7. Both father and daughter were overjoyed, but it worried the cellmates sick. They had to dodge the guards while figuring out how to get the girl out of there. During nighttime head counts, they'd hide her in the gap under the door. Though every day was nerve-wracking, the girl's presence brought a touch of warmth to the cold prison cell. But the happy days didn't last long. During one inspection, the girl was discovered by a guard. Now they were in deep trouble. The warden was furious and gave the man a savage beating before throwing him into solitary confinement. The daughter was sent back home. Not long after, an inmate started a riot and set a fire. To save the warden, the man charged alone into the flames but got trapped in his own cell. The evacuated man happened to witness this and risked his life rushing in to save the warden. When the warden woke up in his hospital bed, the doctor told him that without the man's heroic rescue, he would have been unlikely to survive. He turned to look at the man, covered in medicinal ointment, and for the first time began to doubt. Could this person really have committed such a crime? The girl came to visit her father, brought by her teacher. When the man saw his daughter, he was so excited he couldn't speak. But soon visiting time was over. Watching her father being dragged away, the daughter desperately banged on the glass, unwilling to let him go. The warden witnessed this scene and couldn't believe it. How could a father who loved his daughter so deeply have committed such a crime? Later, the warden heard that the little girl had fallen ill and wouldn't eat or drink. He went to the hospital to see her, but she just cried and begged, "I miss Daddy. Can you arrest me too so I can be with him?" The warden had no answer. He couldn't give one. He just quietly turned and walked away. Due to copyright issues, I can only take you this far with this film. The name of this movie is The Gift of Room 7.